Hello everybody, welcome back. I feel like I should be like calling you my bunnies or something. That's very on brand and cute. So hello my bunnies, welcome back. Anyways, today I'm going to show you what is in my emergency pantry. So I don't want to do too many like fear-mongering videos. I don't know if this is fear-mongering. Hello Paddington Palm. But I thought that this would be helpful, especially because I'm a foodie. I am a food blogger, YouTuber, whatever. So I might have something in here that could be helpful to one of you. So yeah, I wanted to share it with you. So this is like literally my childhood little storage unit that my dad brought over the other day. And I'm like, oh my God, extra storage. And then the whole thing with coronavirus happened. So I'm like, okay, everything that I might need is gonna like go in here so that I don't eat it by accident when I don't need to, you know what I mean? Also, I'm sure you're distracted by Paddington just like cruising by the bottom of the frame of the video. There we go, he heard it and now he's ashamed. So anyways, let's get into it. So I'm gonna go from the bottom to the top. Are you gonna help me? Are you gonna help me? Yes. Showing your butt to everybody. How proper. Are you gonna help me? Okay, well, this video just got much cuter, didn't it? Okay. And if you're wondering why he's wearing a sock, it's because he ripped his toenail off and he continues to try to knot even though the nail is growing back. So, sock gets constantly changed, but it's like, you know, there for like a month. So, my goodness. Okay, so, in the bottom drawer, first thing that we have, okay, this is not, I just got these because they look good. This is not helpful in any way. These are like empty calories probably. These are the Late July Snacks Organic Cheddar Cheese Minis. They are Paddington approved because they are cheese. And I also have some gummies because, okay, like this is not useful stuff. But I love gummies, especially like the texture of like stale gummy bears is like my favorite thing. So having some that are out of sight means I won't eat them unless like necessary, I don't know. But either way, I haven't tried these before, so I don't know if they're any good. But they are the organic fruit gummies in, it looks like they're pineapple scent. You like it? And then I think I have them in strawberry as well. The packaging is very, very cute. And next we have some canned tuna because obviously canned goods have a much longer shelf life. So this is solid light tuna in pure olive oil. So when fish is in oil, it's much higher calorie. But my boyfriend is Italian and he's like, no, we're not getting tuna in water because it tastes like crap. And he's like next to the camera right now as I'm filming this. So, is that true? Yes, he's nodding. So yes, we got 2 cans. Paddington loves his fish, so he's like, Mommy, can I have it? Next, we have some garlic puree. So I normally never buy this. I prefer just to use fresh garlic and then puree it or whatever state I need the garlic for the recipe. But this is good because it has a long shelf life. So it is. So it's sealed and you don't risk buying fresh garlic and having it go off. Next we have some red kidney beans. Obviously beans are a very good source of protein and they're very, very filling. And then we have some white beans as well. There's a recipe, I think it's called Cowboy Caviar. It's really, really good, really filling, and it's quite healthy, so I'll link it below. I haven't made it, it's someone else's recipe, but it's really, really good, and I believe it uses canned beans and a bunch of things that like you can get in like the frozen state, like frozen corn and stuff like that, so it could be a really handy recipe during this time, and it's really easy to make. Next, I have some canned whole tomatoes. They are San Marzano tomatoes. I've heard that these are like the best quality or the best flavor of tomatoes. Is that right? Yes, okay, yes, Italy says it's right. And it's quite a large can, so making pasta sauce or anything, this is always handy to have. And then underneath we have some mini cans. So this is mini 7-Up. I don't drink a lot of soda. I love sparkling water to the point where I refuse to drink flat water. I am that high maintenance, I'm sorry. But these I like to drink with either like tequila or something, so if you're extra stressed during this time, these come in handy versus like drinking it straight. I also have some mini bottles of Coke down here, but I don't have rum and that's what I would pair with that. So I don't know if it's worth getting sick trekking to the LCBO, which is like the liquor store in Ontario. But I got this just in case. Okay, so next on to the second drawer. This one is very, very full. This is my favorite drawer because it's all like carbs. So first we have Kraft Dinner. I feel like that's an obvious one. This is a guilty pleasure, obviously not very healthy, but I love it. When I was young, my dad used to make Kraft Dinner and then like cut up hot dogs and stick it inside. So that's how, that's like my preferred like nostalgic state of Kraft Dinner. Also comment down below, do you eat it with a fork or do you eat it with a spoon? It's a very, very important question. I am team fork. What are you, Marco?
Spoon. Alright.
Divorce. I had this in my pantry and I just put it in here because I figured like may as well put it with the other Kraft Dinner. This is the Annie's homegrown shells and white cheddar, basically Kraft Dinner, macaroni and cheese. I bought this because the logo is a rabbit. Like, such a sucker for packaging, and I know that they make little pastas that are in the shape of rabbits, and so I bought it because of that, even though these are not in the shape of rabbits. So yeah. We have some corn grits, also known as polenta. So I have 2 bags of it. I love polenta. If you guys haven't tried it before, you need to. Oh my god, it's the best thing ever. You can have it like soft to eat with a spoon, or you can let it set and harden and then slice it and like and broil it in the oven with some olive oil. It is the most delicious thing ever. If you would like a recipe, let me know because clearly I am stocked up. When you're buying this, I recommend also picking up some Parmesan cheese because that goes perfectly with it. Right? So I figured that like when I bought this, I figured not a lot of people would be running to get corn grits. Like that's not on the top of everybody's mind. So I was like, okay, so this is a higher chance of being in stock and it will last forever, and it's really good and it's really filling, and I think it pairs well with a lot of different types of meats. So if you're looking for like a base to serve with your meat, polenta is fabulous. Oh, next we have, I'm very, very proud of this one, egg replacer. I've never used it before because eggs are everywhere, but right now they aren't really. So I thought that this would be a really clever thing to get just in case, because basically it just does everything eggs do. But yeah, since eggs seem to be kind of tricky to get, a lot of people are buying like 80 cartons, and I'm like, what are you gonna do? Like eat eggs for like breakfast, lunch, and dinner? Like so many eggs. But yeah, so I picked this up just to have on hand. I feel like it's really handy, and obviously shelf life is much longer than fresh eggs. Okay, next we have some yeast. So normally I have some in my freezer, but I think I'm out. It's good to have on hand if I wanted to bake fresh bread. Everything in here is just in case. Normally I don't bake fresh bread just because I'm too busy, but fresh bread tastes so nice. It makes your house smell good. It's a nice way to treat yourself while still being stuck in your house, basically. If you would like some fresh bread recipes, definitely let me know. I will link a playlist here with recipes where I've made homemade bread, and it is like to die for. Then I got some chicken stock. So I've been buying this brand of stock since I was in university, which is like 10 years ago, which was really upsetting. But the reason why I like this one is because it is a stupid reason, but it's much lighter to carry than the full like boxes of liquid stock, because when I was in university, and still mostly now, like I don't have a car, I don't drive, so whatever I buy I have to carry. So like, do I want to add a couple more pounds of like liquid when I'm walking home? Not really. So this is much lighter, and each little, it comes in little like jelly packets, and one packet you dissolve into 3.5 cups of stock, and it's very, very good. They also have low sodium options if that's something that you're interested in, and it tastes really, really good. So I feel like I should reach out to them for sponsorship because like I really, really love them. And they also, this is chicken, but they have vegetable, they have beef. I'm not sure if they have seafood, but really handy. Next is just all pasta. So this is a wonderful brand. This pasta is like very, very thick, if that makes sense. Did you like it? You like pasta? You silly boy. So I got just a lot of different varieties. This is tortiglioni. Yes. But it's basically like the little like this, but it's a tube. And then I got penne. My penne Paddington. Fun story, when my boyfriend and I were eating dinner on the couch, Paddington jumped up and stole 2 pieces of pasta off his plate, which is just shocking. Like normally he like sits and watches us eat and like hopes that he gets some food, but that time he actually went for it and stole some pasta. So very naughty, very shocking. I also got fusilli. And then rigatoni. Right now, this is my favorite shape of pasta. I feel like it's the heartiest. Paddington is approving everything. There is also some spaghetti in here because, like, why not? There's a recipe that I'm thinking of sharing with you guys. Oh, what's it called? I don't know the name, but my boyfriend, his name is Marco. I'll just refer to him as Marco. He made this thing. It was like olive oil, maybe. Was there garlic in it?
Mm-hmm.
And red pepper flakes and Parmesan cheese. Is that it?
Yep.
It's so good, and like all that stuff is just in your cupboard, and it's so delicious. So I'm thinking of making that recipe for you guys because it's very, very easy to make in a time like this, and so good. Oh my god. Next we have some olive oil because, like, when you have this much pasta, you need to back up olive oil. So this is the brand I like, Bertolli. We got the rich taste one, extra virgin olive oil. What?
It was perfect.
Okay, so now on to the third drawer. This is just miscellaneous. So first thing we have is some rice. I love wild rice. It's very, very like chewy and has lots of like sustenance, I feel, in it. So delicious. It takes way longer to cook than other kinds of rice, but it's totally worth it. So definitely recommend trying it if you have the chance, and obviously rice lasts forever. Next I have these. These I tried one and they're very good. I've seen a lot of people on YouTube having these, or they're giving them to their kids, so I'm like, I want to try it too. So these are little fruit squeezy things made with chia seeds. So this is mango and coconut. Paddington loves mango, and I feel like he can sniff it through the container, so he's like, come on, mommy, give me some, give me some. It's not for you, little man. And then we also have the green juice version. So there we go. I figured it's just a nice little treat, and it's fruity, which there isn't too much fruit stuff in here. This is not food, but they're handy. These are J-cloths. They're basically like paper towels, but you can reuse them and rewash them, so they last way longer than paper towels do. I love them so much. I used them a lot when I worked at a cupcake bakery when I was in university, so that's how I was introduced to these, and they're really handy. Next we have some oats, just because they last a long time. They're good to have. These are quick oats, cooks in 1.5 minutes, because when I'm hungry I don't want to wait like an hour, so that's why I like these. Next we have, okay, this is like emergency coffee, which sounds ridiculous, but if you like coffee, you realize that it's not. It's necessary. So this is my favorite kind. This is Lavazza, and this is like espresso powder. Yes. This brand was recommended to me by my boyfriend, so obviously he was born in Italy, so like he knows. So this is really, really good. It's very, very smooth. I have an espresso machine. I'll link mine below. It was only like, I think it was like $150, so not as extreme as like the $600-700 ones, but it still makes fabulous espresso. It's so creamy and delicious. Oh my gosh, like my Starbucks bill has just plummeted since I got it, and especially now we're like going out is risky, but you still want really good coffee. This brand is fabulous. There's also ones that are in, it's also Lavazza, but it has like black packaging. I've had that one when these have been out of stock, and that one's really good too. Next we have some Lara bars. So I like these because they're very clean in terms of ingredients. Paddington, it's like I've never fed you or something. Normally I don't eat protein bars or granola bars just because I find that they're very, very high in calories and they're not filling, and it's just like, I don't know, I feel like there's just like stuff that my body doesn't really need in them. But what? He's like pawing at them. But these only have 3 ingredients, and they're ingredients that like I would just have in the pantry, like dates, peanut butter, and roasted peanuts. So that makes me feel better about eating these. So normally in the morning I have my coffee and one of these. 1 bar is like 230 calories. So I mean, it's still like getting there in terms of calories, but it's all just like good natural ingredients, which I like. So there's 3 in there, but I've got like 4 boxes of them on the counters there too. Next we have some nuts because they offer sustenance, and they're filling, and it's a good source of protein. So yeah. And this is also more coffee because now you know where my priorities lie. This is the Starbucks cold brew. If you haven't tried this yet, oh my god, it's so good because it's not bitter. My dad drinks his coffee just black, like, and I used to think when I was younger, I'm like, okay, like since my dad does it, like I need to do that too because it's like the best way of drinking it because my dad drinks it that way. And then I realized that it's like bitter and disgusting, and like lattes exist, so why would you ever have your coffee black? But this is just, it's so smooth. There is no bitterness. It doesn't make you like shake after you take a sip because it's so strong. It's just, it's very, very creamy. It has like a hint of like chocolate flavor in it. So good and smooth. When I go through a whole bottle, like if I do, I'm in the best mood ever. Caffeine just makes me very, very, very happy. So if I want a really productive day, I'll just drink 1 bottle and then I'm like so, so happy the whole rest of the day. All right. And then last but not least in here, I have some mandarin orange segments. I love these so much. I don't know what it is. They taste different than the fresh ones, and it's just, they're delicious. So I wanted to get some of these. Just, oh my god. So now in the second to last drawer, this is like medicine and kind of just like not food kind of items. You know what I mean? Okay, so first I have my prescriptions in here. I'm not going to take them out because I mean, like, really, it's not that important. But I wanted to have backups of them just in case pharmacies were closed down or there was an issue with supply. You always want to have a couple months like with you just in case, but especially during this time, everything's hectic. No one knows what's going on. So I have 3 months extra, I don't know why it's hard to say, of all my medication just to be safe. So next I have some Advil. This being said, with Advil, I've heard that ibuprofen, which is what Advil is not good with the coronavirus. So I mean, I'm not a doctor, definitely do your research, but I've heard that you should be using Tylenol instead of Advil. So I am kind of staying away from these. I didn't know that when I bought them, but I bought them just in case to have. This is muscle and joint, and this is just extra strength liquid gels. So I mean, after this whole thing ends, they're good to have anyway. So I mean, it's not like they're gonna go to waste. Also, how many of you are sick about getting emails from companies talking about what they're going to do about coronavirus? I'm like, okay, like give me 5 minutes about not thinking about everything that's going on in the world, but apparently that's not gonna happen, especially because this video is about it too, so I'm sorry. But anyways, next I'm like complaining about something I'm literally doing right now. Next we have the Vicks Waterless Vaporizer. This is a mini plug-in vaporizer. This just like, it makes you feel nice if you're congested. I don't know if congestion is one of the symptoms that you can get from that, but even if you just have a cold, this is good to have on hand. So I got this. Haven't tried it before though, so who knows if it's actually good. Next we have some face wipes. I usually use these to take off my makeup, so having an extra pack hanging around is always very handy to have. I have these. These were on recommendation from Nikki Philippi. She tried these and then I was like, okay, I'm curious about them too. These are the Manuka Honey Drops. These have eucalyptus. This is eucalyptus scent or flavor, but I also have honey and I believe ginger. They have beet propolis in them, which apparently is like the really good quality honey. And they're just good if you have a sore throat, so I figured it was good to have on hand, and the box is pretty cute. I also have a spare tube of toothpaste because it's great to have clean teeth. Do I have to give you a reason why you should be buying toothpaste? I don't know. Some extra Band-Aids because I realized after my boyfriend cut himself I didn't have Band-Aids, so it was time to get some. So these are just the big ones. I don't know why. I think it's all that they had. Fun fact, if you wear high heels a lot, if you put one of these on your heels, before you go out and wear high heels. So if it's on you just to protect your heel when nothing has happened to it yet, you will come home without bleeding ankles. So just wanted to give you that tip. I got some Tylenol flu just in case. I don't know if this helps against coronavirus, but I figured it's good to have. And then I also have some Tylenol cold and flu. And then I realized, I'm like, why is this open? And then I realized that Marco had been taking this for like, why?
I don't know. I wasn't feeling super well.
He didn't have a cold. The way I like the look I gave him when I'm like, don't use our stash. This is like our stash for like safety. So I don't know.
I'm not sick, but yeah.
Yeah, so he's like taking it when he's not sick. So he lost 200 points for that.
Oh no.
But anyway, there you guys go. I hope what I have in here was like useful, or I don't know. I hope it provided you some entertainment. Oh, also one thing I wanted to show you guys. I know toilet paper is like toilet paper is like being like the thing, but I got this off Amazon. I haven't installed it yet. I'm probably gonna show it on Instagram when I do. This is a bidet, and they're very popular in Italy, which is how I was introduced to these. But this is basically a bidet that you can add onto your toilet. So it sprays clean water, not toilet water, which is what I initially thought. Clean water onto your bum and area after you go to the bathroom. So it effectively cleans it without needing to use toilet paper. So after you clean it off, you can just dab it off with a towel. So if you're low on toilet paper, this is a really handy option because we are not running out of water. So yeah, oh my god. Okay, but anyways, yeah, so thank you all so much for watching. I hope this video was helpful, and I'm sorry if I stressed you guys out any more than we already are. So we want to thank you all for watching, and again, yes, comment down below if you would like to see a recipe for like soft and firm polenta, as well as that spaghetti recipe I told you about with the chili flakes. It's so good, and I would love to share that recipe with you guys because it's delicious. So yes. Anyways, we love you all so much. Little man needs a nap, it seems. But we will see you in our next video. Bye!